Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host, as always. Apologize for the late episode tonight. It is my fault. I will actually take the one and fall on the sword because my little one had a t-ball game tonight, and it wasn't over until 7:15 Mountain Time, so there's no way I was going to make the show. So, with that, we have the beanied one, Gerard Barrera.
Priorities. What's up? How's it going, nerds? Nerd had to go to a nerd t-ball game and make sure he was being a really good nerd dad. But that's cool
Dude,
because
Okay, I want to
be-
know. I want to know
gotta be
what
good.
about T-ball makes it nerdy.
I don't know.
No.
played
He's calling
t-ball,
me
but
the
I'm just-
nerd
but he's the
and
nerd.
going to-
Yeah, but he said
I'm
a
the
nerdy
nerd.
T-ball game. He said it was a
well,
nerdy T-ball game.
because his son's a nerd and he was playing t-ball, so he brought his nerddom
I had help
to it.
coach. I had help coach.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've got
I mean,
the baby
if
face
he
one.
if he played T-ball in a Jedi robe, then I got you. I totally
Ooh,
agree that it's
damn you.
a nerdy T-ball.
wow.
But come on now.
We need to do
I
a
was
Jedi
really-
kickball league.
It was just
Anyways.
it was the joke was just it was supposed to be aesthetic. That's all.
It was
You know me.
Anyways,
I gotta overanalyze everything.
I know.
and that the
Tear you down,
overanalyzing
sir.
one is the babyface one, Theo Walski.
Hey, it comes in handy with my job being an analyst. I should have to do this shit. Come on now.
Yeah, come on. Leave your job at work, dude. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the man with the couch, the maitre d' services, the man, the myth, the legend, the lion's mane, Jason Belidio.
Sup,
How's
yo.
it going, guys? How's it going tonight? You know, I don't think T-ball's nerdy, dude. That's the opposite of nerdy.
They got to start
No,
somewhere.
I'm saying, the little one's bringing the nerdydom, his essence, his nerd essence. You know what I mean?
No,
Because the dad is a nerd. You know what It's just
He's going outside.
It's
He's going
just,
outside.
The joke
Here's
was
the thing
just
is-
extend to be aesthetic. You're like, now we're analyzing it too much.
My kid is thinking he's doing track too. While he's sitting there
Come on,
on second, and I'm like, I look over, and he looks like he's trying to take off out of track blocks. Off a
Oh,
second.
he's in like the ready position and like ready
For-
to.
On all
For
fours.
Like
That's awesome.
like his feet are in the blocks. I'm like,
That's
I
awesome.
was-
you make my heart so happy because I'm a track kid, and I love track. But like, I'm like, dude, that's not how you start off. Like,
When I was in t-ball, my family always called me the ballerina or like dancing bear because I was always shaking my hips. I couldn't stop moving. I was always like kind of, but it looked like I was just
So
like
that's why
dancing
you
around.
played catcher.
Yeah.
So that way you could move around. You could always shift
and that
from
was
one side to the other.
and that
Nice
was
and
the start.
smooth.
That was the start of the Spice Boys.
That's what I was thinking too.
God,
It's like
That's out there.
I got to figure out
I
another
keep-
way to move them hips,
I
man.
keep forgetting that's out there. Yeah, that's right.
It's out
Both
there.
of
It
those
is.
are out. The Village Boys are out there too.
And if I need
That's
to,
right.
I can go.
Yeah.
I can go pull up those episodes.
Oh man, no, thank you. I just yeah.
Anyways, so yes, my apologies to everybody that normally watches this at 9:30 Eastern. My kid takes priority. Sorry.
Absolutely.
How
It's just
dare
what it
you.
is, and
How
gonna-
dare you
This
be a
guy.
good dad? What the hell,
You know,
man? We live in
Jesus.
2025. What the
I
fuck?
know, right?
yeah, right.
Kids,
So
what? No.
we got a bit to talk about tonight. I want to start off. I'm gonna start off in the world of Star Wars. At least it's not Marvel, because I know Jason hates Marvel.
It's not that I don't hate Marvel. The way that they're doing things is just
I mean,
stupid. Like,
really, dude. Like, even now, they've even made announcements.
Phase
Quality,
15.
quality over quantity. Like
Hold on.
they are taking
Uh-huh.
steps
Can I-
back.
Can I
Uh-huh.
defend Jason on something really quick?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. No, again, yes, please.
No.
Steps back
Hold on.
and just
way
reducing
they're-
the stuff per year. That's it.
The way they're doing things, right, is let's just take Thunderbolts, right? I haven't seen the movie yet,
I have.
but
I have.
they already ruined things at the end of the movie by showing all the cast peeling off the front of the poster to show New Avengers. Like, some of us haven't seen the clips or anything on that, and you're
Well,
already basically ruining it.
well,
So
that's
It
that's
really
more of a
doesn't
marketing
ruin it, to
thing.
be honest.
No, because it's
It
everything moves so
really
fast.
plays into
Everything's out
nothing.
there. Honestly, I think that's the way movies, or I think publication,
Um,
or that kind of
so tell me this. Tell me this.
oh
This
God.
is the first. This is the first movie of how many? Just movies.
Okay.
Just
don't know.
movies. Oh, we're not talking about side shows. We're not talking about
Are you
like
talking about this current phase?
just movie
Yeah.
wise. How
Oh,
many
they've
movies
extended the
do I need to
phase.
watch to?
Yeah, they
How many
decided
movies do we need to watch?
Need to watch?
You
all
don't
of
need
it.
to.
Zero so far.
Yeah.
Zero so far.
So far, zero. But in total, when we finish this movie arc, like I will like
Secret Wars.
let's just say that what is it? Endgame was the end of that movie arc.
Well, that
Yes.
What?
was
And now
so.
we're now we're
So
starting a
Infinity
That was
Saga
new
was
arc.
many
that
years
that
though.
was the
Yeah,
end of the
yeah.
phase.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so just like in anime, we have a new arc coming up right now, and
Right.
this is the movie
So
arc.
the
How many movies do I need to watch in order to see this entire movie arc go?
One Piece level.
uh
Ooh, not
no,
that
not
level.
anymore. No.
Not that level.
I thought that's what it
Maybe
was like, bro.
So
Like,
Bleach level. Maybe
Captain
Bleach.
America New
okay,
World, Thunderbolts,
two,
Fantastic Four is coming out next.
three, okay,
Then Doomsday, then Secret Wars.
four,
That's the end of it.
five
That's
for
the end of
just
it.
this arc, just this
That's
arc.
it.
See,
That's it.
both of you guys are
Did
at
you
a
did you
impasse
name
where it's
New
like,
Doomsday? I don't think you named
yeah,
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Doomsday, then
okay.
Secret Wars. That's
Okay.
it.
5 movies.
That's it.
No, there's supposed to be 3 movies between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
So 8
Yes.
movies. How
Including
many?
including
But
Spider-Man
this is
4.
still going to be like a 5-year arc. So it's going
Okay.
to take a long time.
Okay.
Well, you got to think about it though.
We'll see. And then how many
As
shows
well,
are we
as well
gonna
as they're
have?
going to extend it too, since they're
So far, all
reducing the
that's been
frequency that they're doing it,
announced.
because
Yeah.
they're supposedly maxing out at 2 movies a year going forward.
Okay, here, let's just real quick. So this current phase started with Ant-Man and Quantumanium,
Yeah.
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
Yep.
Secret Invasion,
Invasion.
Loki
Which
season
was
2.
still 2023.
Yep.
Yep.
So
You had
still
the
2 years ago.
Marvels.
So this phase started when I was still talking shit on it.
Yes.
You never stopped talking shit
never
on it, so it could be as back
Well,
as
I mean, like,
You've got
2019, sir.
and this is everything up
Yeah.
to
Because
like
you
Thunderbolts.
started during the multiverse, like way before this.
So Deadpool and Wolverine,
Yeah.
Captain America,
Captain
New
America,
World, Daredevil Born Again, Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
That's that piece of it. And then you've got everything coming after that, which is Fantastic Four. God, let me find the picture that's
I was gonna say that.
look
that's
at
the
so
old
you guys.
one.
It's this
Okay.
is what I'm saying. Like,
So here's
how
a better
many
one.
shows? How many like?
So you've
Shut
got
up and let him find it.
here we go. Captain America, then Thunderbolts, then Fantastic Four.
Okay.
You've got Doctor Strange 3,
Yeah.
Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man 4, Scarlet
Strange.
Witch.
Oh, Scarlet Witch.
You've got
I think I actually think that one's dated.
yeah. I mean, even then, these are
Okay.
some of the movies. Well, to Jason's point though, these are some of the movies that are supposed to be in there. Blade was originally supposed to be in there. X
Oh yeah, that
Development
makes,
Hell.
yeah.
Ironheart is supposed to be in here, like from a show perspective.
That's already well, that already got announced.
Yeah.
That's coming out.
It's
I think
coming out
next
in here,
month, right?
Yep. But then you've
I
got
think July.
4, 5, and you've got
July.
Avengers Secret Wars. So you've got like a whole bunch of stuff in there.
Interesting.
Mhm.
But
These
they're
are
not
just-
promoting.
these are
They're
just the
not promoting
movies.
it as they like they used to.
Oh my God! Look at all those. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
there's depending
Yeah,
on
but
which one you
it
actually
doesn't-
look at.
Those are all possible fakes. Like
Oh, here's one.
mock-ups.
So here's the one from
This is confirmed to 2031.
That's
Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
but
phase through phase 7.
well,
But that's Mutant
wait, but
Saga
when was
though.
that announced though?
yeah.
But this is the
That looks like
the
Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con,
December
based off
8th,
below.
so
2024.
Yeah.
keep in mind though, this is the Mutant Saga, which is going to take place after Secret Wars because Secret Wars is supposed to bring the mutants into the universe. So we're supposed to get
Even though they
Wolverine
teased it at the
and
end of the Marvels, anyways.
yeah. So either way,
Oh
it's
my God.
so
They have to continue going, man. They're a studio.
yeah, I mean I get it. So
I
but
get
let's
that they're a
talk
studio, but they can just not have everything be canon constantly. Like
Mm,
that's what kind of like gets me off. I'm like, bro, like everything is canon. There's no such thing as like, hey, like I need to go watch the like I can skip these. I can skip this. I can skip that. No, it's all canon. Everything is canon. All the
Yeah,
shows,
but for the
they're
most part,
canon.
weren't the comics? Didn't they intertwine in some way? Or they connected to other comics in some way?
They would
yeah.
create a new comic book.
Yeah, that's just what they're
See, I
doing.
just wanted
They're
to talk.
intertwining their
Like
stories just like their comics.
See, this is what I get
no,
for talking shit on Marvel. Because
but
then
but
we just went right off
comics,
rails.
yeah, see,
you opened the door.
you open the door, bro. You open the door. But comics say like, okay,
Let my love
if
open
you
the
have
door.
an X-Men comic, it's going to be all X-Men, right?
Not necessarily. The
No.
Avengers have showed
It-
up. Spider-Man has showed up.
I mean,
Fantastic
like they
Four.
they,
So
they make
to be
cameos.
to
They
be
make
devil's advocate
cameos.
just a
That's what
little
I'm
bit
saying.
to Jason and Jerry's point. So they in the comics they usually release a new comic for a change in story for canon, right? But how long are those runs? They're usually what, like 12 to 20 issues,
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
relatively short for a comic series.
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
you're questioning the medium. The how you translate between each medium is different. So that it's totally different on trying to make movies or TV shows and extract that and interpret that. So I would say that's difficult to say
Okay.
based on the number of issues of comics it takes to tell a story. I think that gets lost in the interpretation
So, anyways,
of translating it from one medium to another.
This thing though, I was like, yes,
I guess that's
cool.
fair.
Like everybody, no, I get it. I get what you're trying to say. You know, like yes, everything is like you get backstories, like having like let's say the Loki
Yeah.
spin-off. Like you learn more about Loki. That's cool. But I don't like them adding the canon that you need to watch it in order to understand
I get where Jason's
whatever
coming from.
whatever is
It's he
happening.
doesn't Jason doesn't want to have to watch
Because
14 other
ultimately, no
movies.
matter what, whatever you
But
don't see, you feel like you're missing out.
I'm actually in this side that I feel like you don't have to watch things in order to understand because I feel like each movie kind of fills in the important parts. So like prime example would be Doctor Strange and the multiverse, right? And the supposed canon is that you probably should have watched WandaVision, but at the same time I feel like you don't
Yeah,
need to
but to a
whatsoever
degree,
because
yeah,
she fills it in
right.
of
You didn't
what
have
you
to.
needed without needing to watch it. Does that
Agreed.
make sense?
Yeah,
So
I think
I feel like primarily like you can jump into the Marvel universe really at
Now,
any
now
time.
to be
You may
fair,
not know the backstory of a character, which I feel like is not 100% necessary.
Yeah.
now to be fair, in regards to like a good transition or connection between the show and the movies. Now, is that hit or miss? Yes, between some of the shows and the movies, or vice versa. I agree. But that was a good example of the WandaVision and Strange.
so can we go to the other House of Mouse? What?
No,
Andor.
no,
Andor.
no. Stop
I
it, Star Wars world.
I'm waiting to kind of binge on that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I haven't
but
started it either.
but
suck. I wanted to talk Andor season finale because it tied into Rebels.
I mean,
oh, cool.
For
But
me to
yeah,
still
I'm
talk
waiting.
about it, but that's Jerry.
Uh, it's up to yeah, it's up to you. Either
Well,
way, I'm
no,
gonna
it's not going
watch
to be
it.
a complete spoiler, like because you have to still watch the whole episode. But remember, the episode in Ghost, on the Ghost in Rebels, where it's, I think the episode's called Golden Package, where they go to Coruscant to get Mon Mothma.
Yeah, yeah, I think I kind of remember that episode.
Freaking season 2, episode 9 of Andor leads right into that freaking episode.
Oh, do they like cross paths?
You don't see the ghost. Remember we talked about this, right? Did the ghost show up? The ghost did not show up,
Oh,
but they
but it's
made an
mentioned.
exact reference that there
Oh,
is
cool.
that Gold Squadron is coming from Yavin to pick her up,
Oh,
which
cool.
is the exact reference into um that
Rebels.
episode, Golden Package of Rebels.
Oh,
Because they
that's
even
cool,
mentioned, they
man.
say they want her to make a speech, which she makes the speech from the ghost after they get her out of Coruscant.
Oh.
So, um, man, you got to watch Andor. This is honestly, from a Star Wars perspective, yes, there's not as many
Hmm.
shows, and some of them have been very much hit or miss, but Andor, especially the last third of or last quarter of the season, is the Star Wars show that everybody deserved. It was absolutely fantastic. And
Good,
I went
good.
right from Andor season 2 right into Rogue One.
Oh,
And it was
Oh,
super
okay.
cool. Yeah.
seamless. Like,
I think that's why I kind of want to like binge it or watch it and then get to the end, watch the finale and then go into Rogue One, but I want to make
I,
that like kind of a pizza night.
and to Jason's point, right? Jason was talking about how he didn't, you don't like having to watch shows or whatever to understand things. I do think because of how Andor was introduced in Rogue One, you don't really know any of his history. You're just like, oh, this is Cassian Andor. Like, okay, he's some rebel.
Well, they didn't
Watching,
start with a TV show first. They started with Rogue One.
correct.
That's why
And
I think
and
it
you
was
didn't really care
approached
about him.
differently.
Going back and watching Andor seasons 1 and 2, and then going back into Rogue One, you have a greater appreciation for why Andor is Andor in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Mm,
And it
okay.
it makes Rogue One even that much better by knowing the backstory of Cassian Andor.
And
So
why he starts off kind of being bit of a dick or a bit ruthless.
Which is my point when
Yeah.
we start doing these things. Like, yo, is it necessary? Not really, but you are gonna miss a whole lot.
yes, in this
You're
case, I
pretty
would
much
Mm,
in the dark.
absolutely
but
agree
that's the
with
thing though,
Jason
if
in
you
this
want
part.
to, because one, he was already a full-fledged, like thought
Member of
out
the rebellion.
character,
Yeah.
a full thought out character in Rogue One. Once you finish the movie, you were fine with his growth in that movie. The shows are to show more in depth of that character
And
because there was more of an interest.
you
So
Okay.
now
you
know
don't have to watch those shows.
you don't, but to get context of what the ending
If
of
you
the
want the
Rogue One, yeah.
context or to find out more in depth on how it led to it, then watch the shows.
Yes.
You don't have to watch them.
I mean, you do. That's
No,
the
not
thing.
really. You don't.
You can't read a book and
Watch
let
Rogue
me
One.
skip chapter 4.
Watch
You
So
Rogue
can't
I
just
will
One.
do
say
that.
this.
That's all you got to do is watch Rogue One.
So I
You
think
don't have
that
to watch the shows.
here's the one thing I would say with this one is that it wouldn't have worked had they did the show before the movie,
Right, because you're trying to
but
establish a character that no one knows,
and nobody
and
gave
you have to trust
two
that
shits about.
they're gonna like and they're gonna adhere to. That's way too much of a question.
But I think the show should be required viewing for anybody that hasn't watched Rogue One yet.
Hmm.
I
Because
would.
here's the reason I say that is because you gain so much more understanding of Andor and all his motives, and there's a lot of things that his why he is Andor and his mannerisms, and you learn that through the show. and it makes the ending of Rogue One even that much more powerful by knowing, like, when they're there and the Death Star blows up Scarif, right? And there he's holding Urso, right? And nobody knows exactly who he's thinking about. You actually
Hmm.
see that in season two. It actually explains all of that. It explains how he started out, like some of the references they make in the beginning of Rogue One, and how who he's looking for, right? In Urso and all of that. That's all explained in the end of season two. So there's
Yeah.
it
I like that. That's super awesome.
yeah, no, it's fantastic, but I'm just thinking for anybody that hasn't watched Rogue One, like for somebody that's going through all of it, right? Starting at the beginning with episode one.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think
I,
that the show Andor should be mixed in there for watching and viewing purposes. Just like I think
I think I
Rebels,
would highly recommend it, but I would
yeah.
suggest the opposite at starting at Rogue One. Because if you can go through that and enjoy all the characters, then go back and get more in depth.
Um, no, I did see something really quick. Somebody posted that being that Chopper and K2SO were at Yavin at the same exact time, they probably committed several war crimes together.
Nice.
Oh, that would be funny to see.
Um, and now going back and watching Rogue One again, um, and I want to say, there's a guy I follow, codename Fulcrum on TikTok and Instagram. He put out a really good Easter eggs thing, and like, there's a lot of references to Rebels in Rogue One. You see Chopper, you see the Ghost, you hear them requesting General Syndulla, to the command center and whatnot. So just the way they tied Rebels into that is just amazing. So, um,
And with Ahsoka, it's going to be even more nostalgic because
like
we're gonna get the whole crew.
we're
We're gonna get
getting,
everyone back.
I hate to say this, but we're also getting, Bad Daddy Thrawn too, and I cannot
Oh
wait to
yeah,
see him
yeah.
fucking wreck shit. Um, anyways, speaking of
Call me
wrecking shit,
daddy.
SAG AFTRA has filed a labor practice complaint against Epic Games, aka the maker of Fortnite.
Uh-oh.
And it has to do with AI Darth Vader. So,
What?
as we know, so James Earl Jones, he made it a deal with Disney that his voice could be used for AI to preserve the voice of Vader, right?
Okay.
Because,
Hmm.
he is Vader. Um, and basically, he's an NPC in the new Fortnite Star Wars content, but he's AI, and people have figured out how to make him say slurs, like
Oh, that's not surprising.
like
Huh.
racial slurs
Oh
and
shit.
a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, it's they're not upset. Disney is not upset over the fact that they're using AI for Vader's voice. They're not upset with that piece at all. Um, it is basically they're saying they're claiming Epic replaced bargained union voice work, so with AI without notice. So they're
Okay.
not
Hmm.
upset that AI ended up being used for it because that's kind of what James Earl Jones agreed to, right? Is that AI would be used for Vader. It's the fact that they
Hmm.
agreed to here's the union work that was used, but then subbed in an AI without notifying them. And I think this goes to the very heart of what SAG
Oh, okay.
AFTRA is fighting for is AI, right?
Okay.
Is that
And what the voice actors are currently fighting as well right now.
yes, they're fighting against, wanting to have AI used, but yeah.
But
So
this is a prime example of what they are
mhm.
fighting,
The exact statement is within
essentially.
the past
Yeah.
6 months, the employer, by its agents and representatives, failed and refused to bargain in good faith with the union by making unilateral changes to terms and conditions of employment without providing notice to the union or the opportunity to bargain by utilizing AI generated voices to replace bargaining unit work on the interactive program Fortnite. This is exactly for those that, we had Holly on, and she talked about this so eloquently when we had her on to talk about X-Men 97 and stuff, is that
Hmm.
this is the kind of stuff they're fighting against. This is why they're on strike. This very
Yeah.
same BS. And companies are going to continue to do it, without repercussion. So I think it's a
It's
little
insane.
underhanded,
Yeah.
for Epic to do that. So
But at the same time, I feel like this benefits their case in a way because
oh
there's
yeah,
proof of this happening rather than it being a theoretical of defense. It
it
is a
could.
literal
It,
defense
it,
now.
it did happen. So
Right.
um so we'll see what happens with this and what comes out of the complaint. But I think if it truly is true and that's what happened, dude, bad form on the part of Epic
Yeah.
by doing that, right? You're they're negotiating in good faith, and then you turn around and go, "No, let's just use the AA." Um, so we'll see what happens out of that. So, um, finally, I want to talk about our one of our favorite studios that Jason's been trying to get a job at for
Who?
years.
Enix.
We're
The
going to talk
big
some Square
Enix.
Enix. Um,
The big
and
square of the Enix.
they dropped just enough Kingdom Hearts 4 news this week.
Oh, the stills and oh
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So
Looks good.
The quality
let's
looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really polished.
let's go into the theater, shall we? Let's talk about this because you know me, I came prepared. So for those that didn't see the
Oh,
original announcement back
damn.
in
So he Sora
20,
looks
hold
so
on.
different.
He
This
does.
was this was 2022, mind you, when these first couple of screenshots that I'm gonna show came out. Okay. So it's already been 3 years since they announced it, which in my head, all of a sudden I could think of just Kingdom Hearts 3 and how that became the running joke that it just kept
Yeah.
going and going and going, and then finally we saw it at E3. Um, but these are the original shots from when they actually debuted it.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Um, Now I've seen theories online that, that make some of this feel like the reason there's not a ton of magic in some of these screenshots is the
Hmm.
fact that he's in our world. Like he's in the real world.
Yeah.
Oh, so
He's
okay.
not in the other realm anymore. He's in the real world, which is why he looks different.
Oh, weird.
That's some of the theories that are out there, but when I look at the screenshots, right, he's got an MP gauge.
He's
So,
less cartoony.
but he's not
Yeah.
cartoony anymore.
Yeah.
More
Like,
more Final Fantasy-ish.
Let's do Final
yeah.
Yeah.
Fantasy. You guys think that this is Kingdom Hearts is actually Final Fantasy Part 3?
Oh my
I
God.
mean,
Final
Looks
Final
Fantasy
kind of
Fantasy, hold
crossover.
familiar,
on.
doesn't it? Looks
Let's
kind
be
Oh
of
honest.
no.
Jay, let's be
familiar.
honest. 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all in Kingdom Hearts 1.
I mean, I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
this looks very familiar to a scene that we saw before in
Well,
Final Fantasy 7.
if I do remember correctly, too, from a lot of the backlash with three was the lack of Final Fantasy involvement. So this may be play a part in it, showing that like, hey, it's going to be part of that world, or at least the look or aesthetic of it. But no, it looks great.
Now, these are the shots that were released this week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you now see the commands in English. You've got attack, magic, items, build. Now this is where they kind of lend credence to maybe that he is in his real world, right? And not the other realm because
Oh,
now the nothing look humanoid, you
Hmm.
know? They look really humanoid versus what they were. Um, but you see more of Sora kind of doing his thing. You see a little bit more of that magic ability. Um,
Yeah, I wonder if that's like a summon or like an ally summon or something like that.
I mean, are you gonna have like Disney characters come to life in real life? Like what?
why the fuck? I
Well,
mean, at this point,
I
How
mean,
you gonna do
technically
that?
in the game, if you can
now,
do those allies, you should still be able to use them unless they're blocked. But
now
That's the question, though.
yeah.
here's the other rest of the screenshots that got sent out,
There's
right? You've
Mickey.
got the
Oh
girl.
yeah,
You
the
actually
Mickey
have
one. That was
Mickey.
cool.
Like Mickey on his own. He doesn't they're not showing him with a keyblade.
Yeah, and he
They're
looks
not showing him with his
classic. He's
robes.
classic
He's just
Mickey.
classic on Mickey.
So cool. I'm
And
excited,
this
but
is where I think this is where I think that may be.
I can't wait to play it in 10 years. 10 years, guys. It's gonna
No,
be so
we only
great.
need 7 because it's already been
Oh,
3.
7. Oh,
It's already been
okay.
3 years. Like
Okay.
this is one of those ones
Damn.
like this
Oh
is where
man.
like what got Jerry in trouble with Final Fantasy VII.
It
Like I'm
did.
almost ready to go on that route. Like we're not going to see this thing for
Do,
like
uh,
5 years, right?
do we need to make a new bet?
I mean, at this point, being that the PS6 is rumored to be 2027, at this point, I would see this being a
Dude.
2027 launch title for the PS6.
Mm,
That's
ooh, I wouldn't go that far.
maybe.
I would never see Kingdom Hearts be a launch title for anything.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, I don't think launch, but I would say definitely come.
Not even same year. Not even launch year. No, I would
Oh,
never
Now,
see it be
not even
launch year.
maybe not
At
even same
least
year.
2 years after a launch. At least two
Damn.
years after a launch.
damn, so we're talking
No
another 4.
faith.
Yeah, at that point, we're looking
No
7 to 10 years,
faith.
you know. Um, but I think where I kind of agree with some of the,
I
theories
hope
that
they're
he
current.
is in.
The worlds they choose. I hope they're
Yeah.
smart about it.
I mean, it's gonna be a
Um,
what, like Africa, Asia, Europe. I mean, like, what worlds are
Well,
you gonna
no,
do?
no,
I
no,
think
no,
it's
the
still going to be
movies.
Disney worlds, but I
Okay.
think
Oh,
So
the
real
real
quick.
world is going to be another world that he's going to visit.
So I think in
no.
this one, right, when you look at the screenshots, and I think what leads some cadence that he is in the real world for some of this is because I think with this bottom middle one, I think that's almost like the portal. Like it's almost like bringing him back. It's kind of like Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe, man. It's just the wardrobe bringing
Maybe.
him back to Narnia. Um,
Hmm.
because you look at it, just it's got the cars and everything around it. You've got up here, you've got the overpasses. You know,
Hmm.
now that being said, when we're talking about worlds, right? This also looks a little bit like the downtown area from The Incredibles.
That's true. I
Oh,
wouldn't.
maybe.
I didn't first think Incredibles. I thought it was going to be a play on San Fran, Tokyo, but
Or
But
oh,
Incredibles makes more sense.
but you got to remember in
well,
Incredibles they
that's
go
another
through
good.
downtown. It's got the bridges and
Yeah,
everything going overhead when they go into
And they do have
downtown.
the rail system
yeah.
in
Yeah.
Incredibles.
Um, so
Those
here's
are
my
good
thing.
guesses. Yeah.
I'm guessing for this one now because I haven't played 3, so I don't know what worlds are in that one, but I would say we're probably going to see Moana.
Okay.
Um,
Again,
was Moana in 3?
I think that was. Oh no, no. I think that was an ally summon or something like that. Maybe not. It's been a while since I played it, actually.
Yeah, I've actually got all 3
No,
installed on
Moana
my
is not in that. No.
I actually have all 3 installed on my PS5 right now. I'm actually probably going to do a run through them. But
No,
at this point,
I know that one of the main focuses was yeah, San Francisco, Frozen. Then you went back to Pirates.
Okay.
You went back to oh God, what was
okay.
it?
So you had Worlds in
Okay, thank
Kingdom
you.
Hearts 3. You had the Hundred Acre Woods.
Okay.
You had the Toy Box, which was Toy
Yeah, Toy
Story.
Story.
You
Yeah.
had Monstropolis,
Hmm. Well, she's not right.
Frozen 2,
Yeah.
the Caribbean,
Yep.
um, Deep Jungle,
Okay.
Okay.
um, you had Olympus,
Hercules again. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
San
which has been in
Francisco.
all three,
That
hasn't
was
it?
new.
Yeah, but
Yep.
Olympus though wasn't. It was just the arena though
To
in the
build your
past
character
games.
or to learn
So,
new
you know, that's also where he
moves or
went to
something,
fight
right?
Cloud in the first game.
Oh, right.
You had Agrabah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Um, you had Neverland, Atlantica. Uh, those are the big ones. Oh, and Traverse Town
Right.
from the original
Which
one.
you have to
So
have, yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Dated, dude.
Um, so I think honestly, you're probably going to see Moana because that's,
Also agree. But once
um,
again, dated. Kind of dated. Well, Moana 2 did just come out, so
can I say go back to the grid?
oh man.
Go
That
back
would
to
be
Tron.
awesome. Oh, that would be so
Especially
fun.
with
I mean,
Ares
they got
coming
Ares
out.
coming out, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm thinking Zootopia,
I would like
Oh, I
Zootopia.
would like that too.
especially since
And
they
they
just announced the teaser
the
trailer for
trailer.
Zootopia 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
that was an interesting teaser. It was different. It was a little
um,
it was kind of like a music video in a way.
it was. Trying to think what else would be
I
good.
honestly I would like to go back to San Francisco, but I would like to interact with more of the Big Hero 6 characters.
Yeah.
Yes, please. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I need my Baymax, man.
And then anywhere Star Wars would be super.
I don't see them doing Star Wars
I
though.
don't think so either, cuz that just I think that opens a can of worms of to do more Star Wars or more. I like the fact that
Yeah,
they do
I wouldn't do
Final
Star Wars
Fantasy
either.
and Disney. Yeah.
I don't want them to do Final Fantasy either, but I know they did. But I'm going to take a page out of Jason's book, and if they do Star Wars, or I don't want them to do Star Wars because I don't want them to open up the floodgates to throwing in Marvel into Kingdom Hearts because
Yeah.
that's way too much.
I agree. I
I don't
agree.
need that.
That's a
I don't
lot.
need that.
Yeah.
But I
how
do
about
Let
Wreck-It
them do
Ralph?
canon, bro.
I do want the Final Fantasy involvement back in the Kingdom Hearts though. That was awesome.
Um, I would say I would love to see Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay.
I can sleep on that.
Um, Coco could be fun.
That would be cool,
Mm.
Same with
especially if you can go into the underworld like that. That would be sweet.
same with
Hmm.
Encanto.
Oh,
Because
that
I'm
would
just
be
looking up
cool.
the animated movies in the last like 10 years from Disney,
Yeah.
right? You also have Raya and the Last Dragon which would be cool. Um, Wish, just on the simple fact you could
I'll
because
pass on
Eh,
Wish.
I can
I
pass on
mean
that too.
I could pass on it too, but at the same time as with Wish, you could actually see kind of the origination of magic. And it could be, you could tie in because we don't know exactly where some of that magic comes from.
That would be an interesting tie-in for the story.
I
Yeah,
it would be
I
I
think.
think it would be difficult to tie that in because I mean they've done so much about
Yeah.
a little bit of the roots of the magic and like
Oh, with that like secret society,
Mhm.
yeah, so I
that's
mean like
super confusing. The
you're
chess
gonna
pieces.
The
hurt
Yeah.
canon in
yeah.
some fashion, so I don't know.
The only other one I would love to see though is fucking Inside Out
Yes, I would love
That
to
would
see
be
that. That'd be
interesting.
with
hilarious.
with all the new emotions on top of
Yeah,
that.
that would be interesting.
And
Where you can get
and
kind
you
of
need
deep.
each one of your uh um companions to be an emotion. So like Donald would definitely be anger
Oh,
and
dude,
so
that would be
forth.
cool. That would
Could
be
you
like a good
imagine
like
ennui?
Sora looking inward, and then it goes into Inside Out or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That'd
and
be
he's trying to
so.
find himself. And
Yeah.
like, could you
that'd be
imagine
hilarious.
ennui? And that's a
Oh my
character.
God,
Oh
oh
man.
we yes,
So
I would love that.
yeah, so
Oh man.
it'll be interesting, but I think it looks great. I hope for everybody's sake
Please come out
that
soon. Like
we get it
reasonably like
in the next couple of years.
please.
they said they're hard at work. So, um,
I mean, pretty much every production company is hard at work right now.
yeah, unless you're Jade Raymond leaving her studio at PlayStation.
Or unless you're Bungie that
Mm.
takes copyrighted
Oh
items.
my God. I didn't know if we'd have time to talk about that, but
Well, what
yeah,
happened there?
Bungie got in trouble. I'll pull up the article. Game Informer had a great article about it actually. Um, they got tagged, some former artist working for Bungie used an artist's work in the game without permission.
Yeah, I think he like I have a
Nice.
feel I might be wrong, but I
What?
feel like the guy took it from DeviantArt or something like that. But
Um,
yeah, in Marathon in their new game, there is explicit copy
yeah.
paste with some slight modifications in order to distort what it was. But they even showed that the artist's signature, that he puts a certain icon into his art that is his signature. They
Uh,
copied that into it,
oh
proving
God.
that they stole it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Caught red-handed. Well, just caught, I guess, not red-handed. But
So
yeah.
here we go.
Damn.
So here it is. It's in Marathon and it's like throughout. Um, and I will say this, kudos to Bungie. They did an investigation and did find and came
Oh
out
well.
and said that they did use anti-real her work without consent. They're saying that it was unauthorized use of artist decals in Marathon and confirmed that a former Bungie artist included these in a texture sheet that was ultimately used in game. This issue was unknown by our existing art team, and we are still reviewing how this oversight occurred. We take this matter very seriously. We've reached out to Anti-Real to discuss the issue and are committed to do right by the artist. Um, yeah, so it's
Well,
um, they went on Twitter and put out a lengthy kind of post out there, um, stating, again, it was unknown to them. They've reached out. As a matter of policy, they do not use the work of artists without their permission. To prevent similar issues in the future, we are conducting a thorough review of our in-game assets, specifically those done by the former Bungie artist, and implementing stricter checks to document all artist contributions. So here is
Some of the comparisons. Yeah.
the comparisons, right? Go back there to it. So like there's this whole Aleph something, and it's literally copied word for fucking word. Like they're
oh,
not even
that's where it's located. Oh my God.
like
Yeah, it's definitely
straight
bits
up.
and pieces, but it's still straight up. They took no time.
Yes.
Like it's clearly cropped, but it's
It's not an inspiration. It's a copy paste.
yeah.
Yeah, they did like
Oh
there's this
sh
symbol that Anti-Real uses for their work down here, like, and they straight up copy pasted that into the game as well. Like they didn't freaking hide it at all.
Mm-mm.
oh shit.
So,
Wow.
um, and Anti-Real said, I don't have the resources nor the energies to spare to pursue this legally, but I have lost count of the number of times a major company has deemed it easier to pay a designer to imitate or steal my work than to write me an email.
Mm, that's fair.
It's bullshit. I mean, come on. Like fucking oh. This is the world we live in,
Crazy.
especially now that they're going to start putting AI
Well,
into shit,
thank God. You know what? Was it players who reported this?
This was something that Anti-Real posted about it originally. Um, and then within like 24 hours, the post went viral with a whole bunch of other people like
Oh, good.
screenshotting
See,
shit and
thank
going
God
here.
somebody like
Yeah.
noticed it. They reported it, and like, now the actual artist is going to get compensation, or at least like,
D
Well,
all
I
I ask
mean,
right
is
thing's
they
going to happen. But
I don't know. I don't know if there is a correlation or not, but like I know that the player base has like nearly completely decimated in the alpha right now. So I mean, like they lost like 80% of their player base.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a correlation with it, but I mean,
Oh,
because
no
it
way.
has been pretty recent, but it's been a few months, but I don't know how long this copyright infringement or whatever you want to call it has been going on. So I don't know, but either way, Anthem
Or if it's affected
is doing
You mean
awful.
you
Oh
mean
yeah, sorry.
Marathon?
Yeah,
Marathon.
but still,
We already know
Anthem.
Anthem's been
it's
Yeah,
horrible.
it's in a
Anthem.
We
like
played the demo. We
story
played
right
it.
now.
Randomly, you know what? It's so funny. Every once in a while, I get someone streaming,
Anthem?
playing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are trying it out. They're like, "Oh, it's like Iron
So
Man," and then, yeah, another couple of weeks,
yeah.
I see another post, and
Um,
then it's gone again.
so real quick, collector's corner. I got a new Lego set.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We saw
Um,
that.
and I had been very fervent when these sets were announced that I probably wasn't going to do it because I wasn't impressed with them. But they price dropped this thing, and because I'm just that big of a nerd,
That's why.
I did get it. I got
The
Dodo
truth
Airlines.
comes out. The
Nice.
truth comes out.
Well,
Um,
because of the price drop,
You
I
know.
figured,
dude, they dropped it down to 24.49. Like
Okay,
it
that's not, yeah, that really isn't that
it
bad.
was 25 bucks.
Yeah.
I actually like it though. Like they actually have some really cool details. Like they have like a little control panel up here up in the
Oh,
actual
sick.
air tower.
Oh,
Like
sweet.
down here is a pretty decent, I mean,
How many
remake
Cool.
pieces was
of
it?
Are there cool like little Easter
um
eggs around it, or is it kind of like one to one?
no, so there's some little bit of like the ticket that you get from the machine in
In the game?
resident services that gives you the flight ticket to go
Oh,
on
okay.
Dodo Airlines.
Yeah.
They
Sure.
actually have it right here.
Oh,
Okay.
Like
sweet. Oh, cool.
That's sick.
they have like a little computer monitor like that shows like a flight plan and it's got a little keyboard like so they actually printed out on one of the flat pieces an actual keyboard.
Mm.
All
Um
right, on.
so and you've got your like little gates and stuff that open up here. And then it comes with, you build a little seaplane
Very cool. I
with
like it.
Wilbur, the pilot. So I'm just, it was one of those ones that was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get the rest of them, but we know me.
For
I'm like,
now.
I'm.
For
Shut up,
now.
Jason.
It's recorded. Jason already called it.
I mean, did
Jason
you
already
catch
called it.
did you catch
He
the
got
TikTok
this.
video I sent you of the person that made
Dude,
a replica
Oh,
of their island in
yeah,
Lego?
dude, that was a cool video. Yeah, that was so what so that in to relate my dream of the X-Men mansion, that's what I would like to the scale. That's what I'm hoping to do with my figures. But
Okay.
that's such a cool video.
yeah.
And
So
yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh my God, I'm immediately thinking of that right now.
okay,
Like,
and then when you sent it to me, I'm
and
like,
then rearranging, like, okay, I'm gonna take this house and
Yep.
like physically now moving. Oh my God,
and I'm
that
like,
Which
is
would make
I
it
so
easier,
funny.
because you can do it in
Yeah,
Lego
you can
first,
plan it
and
out
then
For
you
the
first,
can build
Lego.
it in your
then
Yeah.
put it in
island.
the game. Yeah.
I immediately was like, I feel so fucking attacked by you, ass.
Oh my God. It's
Because
all in love though, because yeah, we
it
immediately
is.
thought of
Set
you.
it up, bro. You set it up. That's it. Like next week, we're gonna see another part of the island built, and then
Oh man,
lo and
it's real
behold,
like,
I
dude,
lo and
it's
behold,
coming true.
whatever behind you is gonna be this little table.
He's starting
Like
right.
it's
He's
gonna be a
starting with Dodo
gridded
Airlines
table.
because that's where you got to go, and
Right.
then
Yeah, that's how you start
he's
actually.
going to get resident services, the tent first, then the building.
Oh my God.
um
Oh, we will keep you
okay,
everyone
here's
updated.
the thing is what's funny about all of this is, and we'll get
Yes.
into what we've been playing, right? Is I'm back on my bullshit again.
That boy.
Oh, you're playing. Oh
That boy.
yeah,
Oh, I
That's
am.
that.
Hence the shirt.
of course.
That's that. That's
The
it.
the Legos the set inspired you. Of course
Just
it did.
lean into it, bro. Just lean into it.
I I got so much shit from my residents. I was gone for 2 months. Like I have not played the game in 2 months.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
wow, it's
So
been
you
that.
got some of those
Oh
like,
wow.
oh, so you decided to show up today.
Right? Oh,
Uh-oh.
you're not a ghost. I had a ton of cockroaches I had to kill in the house and whatnot,
Oh
but
damn.
um I am going to start on the slight minor remodel of my museum area to where I'm gonna make it so it's actually like kind of more of a fleshed out real museum. Like I'm gonna build an entrance into it. So um my vision is the entrance area into my museum, both the standard one that is in game plus the wings that I made is I'm gonna put my T-Rex skeleton in the middle of the entryway.
So like Night at the Museum.
Dope.
No, well,
Or
that
like Jurassic
or
Park.
Jurassic Park. That's
Oh.
where I was like thinking about it. Like you can go both ways with it, right?
Hmm.
And now you got to make now you're making me think. Is there a way? I don't think there's a horse with somebody riding on it so it could do Teddy Roosevelt. Um, what's funny is I
Give
have
him time. He'll do
I have the Easter Island head. So gum gum for dumb,
Oh,
for
cool.
dum dum. Dum
That's
dum, get
funny.
me gum gum. I actually have that. It's up in my Wonders of the World
Oh yeah,
thing.
that's right. They did do Easter Island
Oh,
heads.
cool.
That's right.
So I could easily move that down and kind of be right there, like a little hallway esque for that piece. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, that's gonna be my next. That's my next idea that I'm gonna do is redesign that area and I'm gonna actually make it with a full entrance and whatnot and you know. So, other than
I just
that,
want to remind you guys he started that by saying slight modification
Slight, yeah,
to his
yeah,
island,
yeah. Good point. Good
where we
point.
got this elaborate
Timestamp
thing that's
this.
going. So it's just
Theo made this call. We'll see how big or how slight that change is gonna evolve in.
I'll do a video of it when
Jason
I'm
called
done.
it.
I just hope you're
Theorizing here.
prepared with before and after pictures. That's what I want.
I will do it.
All
Oh my
I
right.
will
god,
do.
cool.
I will do a before and after video. It's just the reason I say slight is because it's all going to still be in
It's not
this
the whole
virtual.
island.
It's not the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
island. It's going to
It's a
be in the top
shift.
25% of my island.
Oh my god, that's not a shift. Okay, so
That's how
yeah,
well
yeah.
that's how
Okay.
big that's how big the museum is right now. Like it's in the top
Oh
like
damn. Oh, okay.
25% of my island. So um it's just gonna be a reconfiguration of it a little bit, but hopefully it'll come out cool. It's gonna be an expensive one because I want to use
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
castle
Gotta sell
towers
them
as part of
tulips.
this.
Oh,
And
okay.
those are $250,000 a
Ah,
piece.
gotta slang them tulips. Gotta slang them.
I am investing back in the turnip market
Or
again.
turnips. Yeah, sorry,
Yes.
turnips.
Oh boy.
I am investing back in the turnip market. Let's
Are
see
you
how that goes.
investing or are you working or are you like
I
insider
dabble.
training
No, I
with
dabble.
some time travel?
No, I don't do time travel.
Okay.
Um, so
Do you still
yeah,
use do you still use
because
any of the apps in order for the quote unquote predictive model
no,
on the turnip market?
I
Okay.
just go off of what it is.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it shows up as. But they do have it like on the app, so
Hmm.
you can kind of look at where you're
Like the
at.
official Nintendo
Yeah,
app.
so they've got
Okay.
the island newspaper. I don't know if mine's updated with my turnips. Yeah, so I bought it 103. Monday was 90 in the morning, 85. Um, this morning was 81, and that was dropped into the 70s tonight. So I just gotta jump in the morning, jump in at night, see where my funds are at. Um,
Oh.
but yeah, so outside of that, played a little bit more Metroid Dread.
Sweet.
Fun.
Um, a little bit of KI Gold, which
Mm.
just got released on the N64 Virtual Console.
Oh.
The old Killer
Going
Instinct
to the
2,
OG for a little bit.
and
Nice,
the
nice.
computer kicking my ass because I don't remember half the combos and half the moves.
Oh, gotta
So,
shake off the rust.
oh God, there's a lot of rust.
Oh, okay.
Especially with the original KI. I even used the original Super Nintendo controller for KI 1, and I still
I'm
couldn't
still
remember
struggling a
half.
little bit.
I
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
remember half the moves for Orchid. I was like, oh God damn. I could probably do
She's
Saber
a
Wolf.
charge. She's a charge character, man.
she's a charge character, but it's the links, right? The link into the, that you do to the longer combos. Um, and then a little bit more of Star Wars Outlaws. I'm still enjoying it. But
Okay.
I'm doing it more in spurts now. Like it's not one for a long run. So, and then yeah, finished off Andor, the complete, rewatch that
Nice.
with a Rogue One and back on Smallville.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. Yes.
So,
Very cool. Very cool.
anyways, so Jay, what you been watching? What you been playing?
What about you,
Um,
baby?
this week I haven't really done much in the gaming and watching department. I was actually on vacation for half the week, so I was outside.
Nice.
I was in the car for a long time.
You touched grass?
Touched grass, bro.
Wow.
Went outside, enjoyed it. Went out to Yosemite over the weekend.
Sick.
Ooh.
Very
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Very nice out there. Very
So
busy
the
out there
so
now.
the wifey
So
was on vacation too?
yeah, both of us
For
were on
once?
vacation.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
crazy.
About
I
time.
know, right?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Right?
Good
Both
for
got to
you,
spend
Uh,
some
man.
yeah,
time.
That's awesome.
yeah. So we're able to spend some time. Other than
You made
that,
it all the way out to Yosemite, but you didn't go out to Colorado? What the hell, man?
bruh, bruh,
Bruh. Bruh.
Yosemite's in California, dude.
yeah,
Yellowstone's in Wyoming.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I totally passed geography. I swear.
yeah. Geography check.
Hold on.
Uh,
Hold on. We live
No,
in
don't
Colorado.
do it.
It's
Don't do it.
one state to the north.
Shut up.
shut up, God.
Jeez.
This
Wait,
guy.
wait.
This guy.
In fear, regardless of me sounding more stupid, one state up is Wyoming. I thought Yellowstone was predominantly through Montana and Wyoming.
A good chunk of it is in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so had a good
Anyways,
time there.
okay.
Other than that, just been nonstop Balatro, bro.
Yeah, still.
Falling asleep to that. Yep.
Oh
Don't
man,
even
that's
care.
that's
Don't
the
even
game
care.
right now. Okay.
Wife is hating me that I'm just staying up and then just and then like I just fall asleep with that music in the background going
That's
That's
nonstop.
so
awesome.
funny. Oh man, that's funny.
Yep. Yeah. What
Sweet.
about you, Jerry? Jerry? Oh, and by the way, Jerry, thank you again. I am down to one shin left, so
What do you
One
mean?
shin?
one shin ramen left.
Oh,
So
oh, I got you,
Oh,
bro.
that
Of course, like old times when we
I'm
were in the
almost
store,
out.
baby. That's
Almost
right.
out.
Um, let's see. Doom Dark Ages. Uh, a lot of fun, and man, it's been a while since like I've played a game where like you don't really need to know the dialogue or so I've been listening to like rock music, metal music as I'm just playing, and it's just been fun. So Dark Ages is a lot of fun. It's just action packed. Um, what else? Still finishing up the Last of Us. I'm almost done. I'm pretty much getting finished with Abby's side now, and then let's see. I finished Yellowstone. Um, I have picked up Mobland because I'm a Tom Hardy fan. That is a good show. I will recommend that.
I've been meaning to start that one. That and
It's a good one.
Landman.
Ooh, I finished that series. Oh, that was on my Taylor Sheridan kick. I already finished that. Landman
Okay.
was great. Oh yeah, dude. Billy Bob was awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
just a little reluctant because of Billy Bob. I'm not a huge
Oh
fan
no,
of
dude.
his.
He was great in it. And
Okay.
dude, he plays a dick well, and he's a dick in the show.
Well, that's
Like
usually
a
what turns
smart
me
ass.
off from
Oh,
Billy
really?
because most of his roles is him being a dick.
Yeah, he's kind of a smart ass in this, but you kind of in the scenarios he's in, it's also like kind of funny because like He should the way he's talking to some of the people, he shouldn't be talking to those people that way. So
Okay.
Mm.
I would recommend the show. It's still good. Um, and then I've restarted The Boys. I've gotten to I wanted to restart that and kind of lead into season 3 again.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
Nice, dude.
Theo, besides
Oh,
Minecraft.
yeah, yeah.
What,
Besides
Jerry?
Minecraft.
Sorry, that was it. Yeah, yeah.
Besides Minecraft, back in like we talked about last week, back into Destiny.
Nice.
Still trying to kind of get in caught up with the current episode, as well as still doing the current event for Rite of Nine. I have been still finagling with my cyborg hand, whatever you want to call it, my keypad. I'm getting used to it. I still really like it. I'm still messing around with what I want to be able to do with certain
It's gonna take
fingers.
time. It's very
Yeah.
intricate. So
It
yeah.
certainly takes time because I mean, like, it helps that I'm doing it on Destiny, so that way, like, I know it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have jump and punch on the same finger, even though it's like still
That's
really
so
easy to go
crazy.
between it. But I mean, like,
Dude,
it's
That's
all I
interesting the
can
so
things
think
that you
crazy.
kind
about
of figure out.
all I can think about is with this whole thing with this new controller for Theo is Evil Dead 2, leading an army of darkness.
There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like
It
that.
would cut off his hand and now has this little other fake hand. Now the only thing I'm waiting for him to say is, "This is my boomstick." You know?
Yeah, other than that, watching wise, I've been watching the final season of You with my mom. Uh
Oh,
that's
gnarly.
that's getting intense. I really like it. There was a big twist that we watched tonight, and it's like, oh, but I
Like
just
the
like, oh, I got to get
twist.
on the podcast. I got to pause it. So we didn't
Oh,
finish the
Uh-oh.
The
episode. The
Dun
twist.
middle
dun
of the episode, I was like,
dun.
God damn it. All right. But priorities, priorities.
Yeah. Well then, with
Yeah.
that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you everybody for crashing game night with us tonight, especially the ones that just kind of just hung out, watched the show. We appreciate you. First time catching us. If you like what
Oh,
you heard,
excuse me.
please
Oh
make
my
sure to drop us
God.
a follow here on Twitch.
yeah.
You can also head over to crashinggamenight.com. Find us on all the platforms of your choice, including links to YouTube and Pandora and iHeartRadio. Um, and just with everything going on in the world, um, especially those that were impacted by all those tornadoes over the weekend in Kentucky and those that lost family members. Please you know, keep in mind that this was loss of life, plain and simple. It was tragic. So please show a little bit of empathy and compassion to those that lost their homes and lost loved ones, and just please be excellent to each other.
Uh, that's right, everybody. We want to send out with that same message and to just pivot off of that. Yeah, I mean, case in point, try and lend out a hand, try and help. If you see someone in need, ask if they need something. Overall, that's a great example of just let's try to do and be better. Um, everything takes time and practice, and I think we all have to practice patience and a little bit more kindness, and let's just try and just help out, seize an opportunity to help, and be safe out there. I send it over to J Rock, to the J Man, that perfectly feathered and frothed hair, the lion's mane.
He's sucking up for
Ah,
some reason, Jay.
I know.
I was gonna
This guy.
say, you got a
What's
little
going
something on your
on?
nose there, Jerry.
Ew.
Yeah. Well,
I
anyways,
can't set up.
guys.
We can't set each other
Jeez.
up. Jeez.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. Throw
Anyways.
the first stone. Why
There,
don't you?
there's a certain
Guilty as
level,
charged.
sir. Certain level.
Anyways, next weekend, guys. Hopefully, you guys will have a good Memorial Day. No, it is
Yeah.
Yay.
day
Yeah.
to honor all of our servicemen and women out there. So, hopefully you guys will have a good day. Anyways, I'm gonna keep it short, you know. It's the end of May, we're getting towards the summer season. So hopefully you guys stay cool out there. No, as Arnold Schwarzenegger would like to say, no, chill out. Anyways, let's not go there.
I wasn't
Theo,
sure where you were
my
going
man,
with that.
stop it, damn it, Theo, my man, send us out like you do.
I thought you were going to go like, get to the chopper or something like that.
No.
I was like, I don't know
See,
where you're going
that's
with
exactly
Yeah.
why he stopped. He
This
didn't
is
want to open
bullshit.
the floodgates.
Well, all right, y'all. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Till next time, TTFN. That's for now.
Man, do it. Do it.
Good night, everybody.